October 31st, the night of costumes, candy, and carved pumpkins. For most, it's just fun and fright, but behind the laughter lies a night born from ancient fear and transformed by faith. A night when the line between life and death was believed to vanish, when people once lit fires not for joy, but to survive the night of spirits. This is the true story of Halloween, how a pagan ritual of death became a Christian reflection on eternal life. A story that began over 2,000 years ago in the misty hills of ancient Ireland. Long before Christianity reached Europe, the Celts celebrated the festival of Samhain, marking the end of harvest and the start of the dark winter. They believed this was the night when the veil between the living and the dead grew thin and spirits could cross into our world. People extinguished their hearths, then relit them from sacred bonfires lit by druid priests. They wore animal skins and masks to confuse wandering ghosts, disguises that would centuries later become our Halloween costumes. To the Celts, death wasn't final. It was a mysterious continuation, and Samhain was their way of respecting the unseen while keeping evil at bay. But the Roman Empire would soon arrive, bringing new gods and new ideas of the afterlife. When the Romans conquered Celtic lands around the 1st century AD, they merged their festivals with Samhain. One of them was Feralia, a day to honor the spirits of the dead. Another celebrated Pomona, the goddess of fruit and harvest, perhaps explaining why apples remain part of Halloween even today. These traditions blended together, a mix of pagan reverence and fear, harvest and death. But soon, a new faith began to spread across Europe, one that would transform this night forever. By the 4th century, Christianity had spread throughout the Roman world. The early church, seeking to redirect pagan customs toward holy meaning, established today to honor All Saints Day, also called All Hallows Day. It was first celebrated in May, but in the 9th century, Pope Gregory IV moved it to November 1st, close to Samhain, a deliberate effort to baptize a pagan season with Christian light. The night before became All Hallows Eve, later shortened to Halloween. It was a time to prepare for the solemn feasts of All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day, when the Church prayed for the souls of the departed, especially those in purgatory. So while pagans once feared the dead, Christians now prayed for them, turning fear into hope and charity for the souls who await heaven. In medieval England, the faithful observed All Hallows' Eve with prayer, fasting, and processions. But another custom began to emerge, called souling. The poor would go door to door, offering prayers for the souls of a household's dead in exchange for small cakes called soul cakes. Each cake eaten meant one soul remembered and prayed for. Children soon took part, singing songs for the dead, and the idea of going door to door for treats began to take shape. By the 1800s, Irish and Scottish immigrants carried these customs to America, where they evolved into costumes, games, and pranks, the birth of modern trick-or-treating. In the 20th century America, Halloween transformed again. It became a community event, parades, school parties, and neighborhood celebrations. Candy companies in Hollywood soon saw its potential. By the 1950s, Halloween had become a national tradition, and by the 21st century, a multi-billion-dollar industry. Yet beneath the fun and fantasy, its spiritual roots remain. It's a night that still reminds us, in costumes and candles, of something eternal, that life and death are mysteriously intertwined, and that beyond the darkness, light always wins. Halloween may have begun as a night of fear, but through time it became a night of remembrance and transformation. From pagan fire to Christian prayer, from disguises of terror to symbols of joy. This ancient night reminds us that even in the face of death, faith offers hope. So when you light a pumpkin this October 31st, remember, you're not just celebrating a holiday. You're taking part in a story older than empires, a story that began in darkness but ends in light.